Okay. Good morning,
Namaskar, sir.
all
Yeah,
doctors,
good morning.
students, lovers of homeopathy. I, Dr. Kushal Parak, convener of today's webinar, welcomes you all on behalf of SKRP, Gujarati Homeopathic Medical College, Indore. On the flashboard, we have our today's speaker, Dr. Jayesh and Patel, sir, and Dr. S.P. Singh sir, Principal SKRP Gujarati Homeopathic Medical College, Indore, and our all college staff working behind the platform. With the enthusiasm of our principal sir, we have here with different variety of speakers from various parts of country. So, for this speech, I call upon our principal sir, S.P. Singh sir, to share his views. Sir, please.
On behalf of our students in Gujarati Samaj Indore, I myself, Dr. S.P. Singh, Professor, Organon of Department, a learner, a teacher of Organon of Medicine. A very good morning to all of you. I welcome to all respected participants from different places of India, not only India, even foreign country also. I thank everyone who has willingly registered for listening today's webinar. Thank you for joining us today. We are presenting dermatology and homeopathy presented by respected Dr. Jayesh and Patel, MD, a well-known homeopathic practitioner in the Surati, the city of the Gujarat. He is the best homeopathic prescriber for 30 years of his field. He is also attended the CNK Homeopathical College. He is a good practitioner. He has delivered his seminar not only in the state but national as well as international seminar. His topic is very interesting to everyone. How he will relate pathology, homeopathy subject in skin diseases. We will learn. Before starting presentation, I would like to inform you that if you have any question regarding your problem regarding the presentation, please type into the chat box. I will bring them during the presentation and we will also have time to solve your problem at the end. Once again, I appreciate all the participants, all the learners as well. Thank you, Dr. Jayesh, who has given his consent for this presentation.
So, with this, without wasting the time and without any further information, I invite Dr. Jayesh and Patel sir to start the webinar. And before it, if anyone has some kind of queries, anyone has some kind of such feedbacks or any kind of suggestions, they can write in the chat box so that if any query would be there, we can solve at the end. And if there would be suggestion, we would be conjointly working on that. So here we start our today's webinar. Sir, please.
Yes, namaste to all of you.
Sir.
Welcome, sir.
Respected all doctors from nation, India, from abroad, from MP state and Indore, from Gujarat state. Is it audible? Yes, from Gujarat state, from Surat city, Indigo Group from Ghatkopar, Maharashtra, Hamai Surat Central Unit, doctors from the Surat Unit, Dr. C.N. Kothari, Vyara Homeopathic College, Principal Dr. Rao, Jyoti Rao Madam, friends from the Vyara College, internees and fourth year students, friends of my WhatsApp group, Please accept my humble namaskar to all of you. First of all, I'm very much thankful to SKRP, Gujarati Homeopathic Medical College, Hospital and Research Center, Indore. And especially thanks goes to patron Sri Pankaj Bhai Thakkar, chairman of this college, Principal Dr. S.P. Singh sir, Namaste sir, convener Sri Kusal Parakji, Parakji, coordinator Dr. Manoj Bagul, Dr. Navneet Singh, and also my special thanks goes to my staff, my computer man Nilesh Patel, my son Dr. Pathik Patel, MD Homeopath Doctor, my daughter Diti, all friends, and I'm here very much delighted to inform you that many of you have shown overwhelming interest in my previous webinar. That was on the 1st July. It was from the UK-based International Forum of Homeopathy. Topic was Corona-19 and homeopathy. During that time, I showed the therapeutic part of COVID-19. Another webinar that was from Continuous Homeopathic Medical Education from the Canada, hosted by Dr. Akshay Banker, Toronto, Canada. That time, the topic was need of the homeopathic study in homeopathy. That was held on 12 July. And today is the third from the Indore SKRP College. And my topic is dermatology and homeopathy. So let's have an insight into my another webinar. Friends, first of all, I would like to show my planning. What I'm going to show you on today. So I'm going to show you some of my planning. Here is my topic, dermatology and homeopathy. I think very few have shown the research on dermatology. So is I am here. Here is my Guruji Pranam. SKRP Gujarati Homeopathic Medical College, Hospital Research Center, Dermatology and Homeopathy, the webinar that held on today. Here is my small introduction. Here is planning. First of all, I would like to show my planning to show the basic of the skin, also to know about its primary function, etc. Second, to know detail of microorganisms of the skin, means internal structure and that related its knowledge. Third one, to show the layers of it, that is very essential. Fourth one is what and which kind of the different disease are in it. Fifth, how has our Master Hanuman given its importance to it and by which way? That I am going to show you today. Six, how much the value of it, that means the allied aspect that persists in our homeopathic, that I will show you. Seven, how to manage such kind of the disease in dermatology. Eight, case only one because time would be very less, and glimpses of my few works in dermatology. This is my planning, and we will have a much more exciting things. Now on the main topic. As per my topic, the dermatology and homeopathy, the simple meaning of dermatology, that means the science of skin and study of all its diseases that related with the skin. So today we will see how they are. As per our homeopathic science, that has got power to restore any sickness to its perfect health. Only the necessity is to imbue ourselves into the science. Imbue means we have to absorb, we have to make a deep study in this science, then you will have a different kind of excitement in the science. Before it means understanding of the dermatology and its relevant disease, one should know about what is the skin, what is the role of it in our body. This skin part, because many have understood it is an ordinary organ and has nothing to do much with the interior of the whole. But in reality, it isn't so. So let's have a study of the skin in a brief. I think the screen is on your all mobile, yeah, on your WhatsApp, on your laptop. Here is the integument. The another name of the skin is integument. The skin, the old Norse, that means the ancient time, in ancient times, the old Norse is skin as SKI double the N. That is the skin. That was the recognition of the old time. It is the largest organ of our body that forms the outer surface of the body. You can see on your right side, there is a one man and red line that shows our skin. It is also known as the integument, or it is a anatomically and physiologically specialized boundary lamina. Lamina means one kind of the thin layer, a flat layer and membrane, like our gift box. In gift box, we make a wrapper of that different kind of the color. So is our skin. So the wrapper, that is our skin, and the gift box, that is our true skin, that is our dermis, that I'll show you later on. So this is the primary information of the skin. Here is the another way that it seals the whole body. It has major importance in our life of all individuals. The red marking that shows our skin, it is the normal condition. It forms the entire external surface and is continuous with the mucosal surface of the respiratory, alimentary, and urogenital tract at the respective orifice. Here you can see on the left side, there is a lips and there is a mucous membrane, the conjoint structure, that is mucocutaneous junction. So is over here on the nose, the outer part of the skin and inner part of that nose, that is the mucocutaneous junction. So is over conjunctiva. It is also, conjunctiva is also one kind of the modified skin. So is over the anal part and also at the prepuce. This is the condition of the skin that unite inside with the mucous membrane, and there it becomes a mucocutaneous junction. So this is the primary information. It also lines the external auditory meatus, covers the lateral aspect of the tympanic membrane, and is continuous with the conjunctiva at the margin of the eyelids and with the lining of the lacrimal canaliculi at the lacrimal puncta. You can see in the our canal, ear canal, there is a lateral aspect. That lateral aspect, the arrow showing the lateral side of the skin, it also covers inside the ear canal, and over the lacrimal middle picture, you can see the lacrimal puncta. Here also our skin goes inside the lacrimal gland, and here is the on the right side, one small orifice is there. So skin also goes inside. This is the penetration of the skin inside of our body. Another, the skin is adapted to serve many different roles, since it is the major interface between the body and our external environment. You can see our body is always comes in the contact with the external environment. So I have made a picture somewhat horizontal and try to connect to show you what is the our external atmosphere. I hope you are enjoying it. It minimizes within some limit the potentially injurious effect of the mechanical. Some injuries it also bear it. It also give the protection. Some osmotic pressure, chemical and thermal and photic environment stresses that also held by our skin and also try to protect us. Another, it also provides a barrier to invasion by the microorganism. So there is nothing to worry about when there is our skin is healthy. So there is nothing to worry about that microorganism as well, because our stratum granulism is so powerful, and that stratum granulism can protect us from the microorganism. Another, I would like to show you. It also limits and regulates the exchange of the heat with the external environment. It also provides insulation to our body. It also provides some insulation, means like a covering of our body. Another function, it also provides the major sensory surface to the living one. We can show the sympathy, we can show our comfort, we can show the love, etc. So it also conveys such kind of the message to a body, to another body. It is also capable of limited absorption and excretion, and provides a surface for the synthesis of vitamin D. As you know, it's vitamin D is very essential, and sun bath, it is also very essential for the formation of the vitamin D. So this function is also we have to be noted over here. It has a good frictional property, so minor injury can be protected by the skin itself. It also helps in a easy locomotion and manipulation by its texture and physical structure. So our easy locomotion, that helps because of the smooth structure of the skin. Small friction can also be uh, prevented by our skin. This is the main function. Another function, it also provides a major pathway for social and tactile communication. When we give the comfort, when we show the love, when we show some sympathy, that time the message conveys from that skin to our brain, and we feel comfort. This is the another function of the skin. Now about the skin, it has two major parts. One is epidermis, very outermost layer, and it has 5 layers. Dermis, that is the throat skin, and it has 2 layers. Now let's have a look into its inner structure. 1 minute. I think you are seeing the different kind of layers and the structure of the skin. You're on right side, that is a number one. That number one is the epidermis, the outermost structure, and in that it is also known as a specialized boundary, as I told you before. Specialized boundary lamina means it's a thin flat layer membrane. It forms the very outer surface of the body. It seals the whole body. It has 5 layers, and thickness of these uh, outer skin is a different as per the different kind of the area, from eyelids 0.5 mm thick to 4 4.0 mm thick at the heel. So number one, that is the our epidermis. Second number on your right side, that is the dermis. You can see the second number on your very right side in the middle, number two. The dermis itself, the throat skin, also known as the corium. This is this one is also known as the connective tissue layer of the body. Its outer side is the epidermis. At the deep side, there is a layer of the loose, irregular connective tissue that known as a superficial fascia. You can see number five. That five is our superficial thin layer, and after that, number two and number five, that is the thin layer of the superficial fascia. It has a second layer. It has 2 layers. One is papillary layer. That papillary layer, papillary dermis, you can see on 13 number. 13 number on your right side. 13 number. Yes. On your left side, there is a 13 number, that is dermis itself, papillary body. And on 14 number, that is reticular dermis. So dermis has 2 layers. One is that papillary body, another is reticular body. Now, number three. on right side on your screen. Subcutaneous layer, subcutaneous fat, the yellowish part, that is our subcutaneous fat. It consists mainly of the fatty cells. The cells are adipose tissue. It forms the padding between the dermis and underlying structure. The fat cells, adipose tissue, are circular cells and they remain very close to each other. So this is our fat and it gives the padding. Also, it remains packed and empty shape. The nucleus of the fat cell, that is reside on the outer side of the cells. This is the condition of our fat. Now number 4, right side. See on right side, the basalis lamina. That basalis lamina, it's a main important structure. It's a basement layer and germinative layer. Below to these, there is a bloodstream that passes and it provides the nutrition to that basal layer. So basal lamina number 4, it is very essential. I can say it's a mother layer. Extracellular matrix on which the epithelial cells sits on it. It provides the support to the overlying epithelium. It acts as a filter and allowing only water and small molecules and that pass through that blood vessels and try to protect it. Our life depends upon this. So generally we have to protect these our basal lamina and that can extend, that can enhance our life up to beyond 100 years. The apical, the surface of the epithelial cells also remain on it. The below to it, there is a connective tissue and this way the small information of the basal lamina. Number 5, you can see on your right side very far and just near to that fatty layer, number 5, it's a superficial fascia. I have just told you regarding it. It is an irregular connective tissue and also known as the hypodermis. Number 6, the deep fascia, that is a dense connective tissue that when it attaches to the muscles, it is known as epimysium. When it's attached to the bone, it is known as periosteum. When it is attached like a nose and ear, when it is attached to the cartilage, it is known as peridesmodium. So this is the condition of our number 6, deep fascia. Now number 7, retipex. On your left side, there is a retipex. That retipex is nothing but it's the uppermost raised area of the dermis. It is a convex round shape and reti ridge, that is 8 number. And that reti ridge is on the left side. You can see left side of the figure. The lowermost pitted part means khadawala, pitted part of the and concave part of the dermis. So both retipex of the dermis and reti ridge that connect us and that make a adherent and attachment. While we rub our skin after the bathing with the towel, it doesn't peel off because of that coherency between these two retipex and reti ridge. This is the condition because healthy skin remain attached with this condition in a healthy condition. In a psoriasis disease, the corals occur between these two layers, and because of that, there is something wrong things. The retipex and reti ridge and the retipex that become detached, and ultimately we have a psoriasis. So this is the condition of the retipex and reti ridge. Now number 9, stratum corneum. See on your left side, 9 number, outermost layer epithelium, dandruff fungus type of the layer in our ear canal. They are the best example of the stratum corneum. When we try to see in our ear canal, many have observed many things. That is like a fungus. That fungus is nothing but it's a stratum corneum, very outermost layer of the epithelium. On number 10 is on your right side, there is a right side stratum granulosum. That keratinized zone means tough layer. What you see on your outer surface, you can see on the surface, that is the stratum granulosum, and this surface is like it seals our body. It gives the protection, as I told you just before. It gives the protection against the microorganism. That microorganism cannot penetrate these stratum granulosum. So stratum granulosum, that layer number 10, it gives the much protection, and it has no bacteria, yeah, virus has no any ability to penetrate this layer. So we remain safe. Here I can compare this stratum granulosum with a plate of our battlefield tank. On the tank, they place a different kind of the plate, so the whole tank can be protected from the big bomb explosion. So this is the condition of our stratum granulosum. It protects us from the microorganism and from the small minor injury. So this is the position of our stratum granulosum. Number 11, on your right side, stratum spinosum, the live cells layer, melanocytes, Langerhans cells are situated over here. Prickle cells also situated over here. These cells, this layer is also known as germinative layer. Spinosum, there is a live cells. In granulosum, there is a dried form of the cells, and here the live cells can help us to make our skin alive. It shows alive skin. Number 12, on your right side, that is stratum basale, the germinative layer, and also known as the Malpighian layer, and it is situated just above to the basal lamina. So this is the position of basal lamina, basal stratum basale. So this way, the epidermis has 5 layers that I'll show you in the next slide. Number 13, the papillary layer on the left side, 13 number. Papillary layer, reticular layer, that is the part of the dermis, conical shape projection, round shape, blunt apices, highly vascular and very sensitive layer of the dermis. So that you can see on 13 and 14. The reticular layer, white fibrous tissue, yellow elastic tissue. Texture of the skin is depend upon this elasticity. In old age, it becomes loose. Our sarsaparilla, netramure, iodum, tuberculum, it's a very example of that our loose reticular layer. So this is the condition of our reticular layer. Now number 15, hair bulb. It has some pits here. Number 15 on your right side, it has some pits known as roots of the hair, cluster of the blood vessels, and that's situated over there. Blood color, blood, black color of the hair, and that comes from the below upper, and ultimately we have a black hair. So number 15 is a blood hair bulb. Now number 16 on the right side, pilosebaceous canal. It is a follicular seed, sebum from the sebum gland, sebaceous gland that comes from that seed, and hair shaft also comes from that part. I think this is very essential to study the internal structure. I hope you are enjoying it. Number 17, the right side you can see very uppermost, the hair shaft. That is nothing to inform regarding this. Hair shaft is very common. Number 18, the sebaceous gland itself, also known as oil gland, it found all over the body. It makes our skin supple and smooth. The pimples comes from it, and when it comes, it known as comedones. When it is unruptured, it is known as whiteheads. When it is ruptured, it is known as blackhead. So sebaceous gland is over here on 18. Now number 18, 19, the apocrine sweat gland. It secretes the perspiration in a follicular seed. That follicular seed is number 60. So there are two kind of the sweat glands. One is apocrine that secretes the sweat in that follicular seed, and mainly they are situated, they are found in a axilla, in a pubic region, in the areola of the breast, and at the anus. And these kind of the apocrine sweat gland that become active during the puberty, and pheromones comes from it while the making a sexual activity. So pheromones also comes from this apocrine gland. Another number 20 on your left side, the lateral opening of the apocrine sweat gland that opens in a pilosebaceous canal, a follicular seed. Number 21, that is on your right side, another sweat gland that also known as exocrine sweat gland. The opening of exocrine sweat gland is on number 22. One of the normal physiological phenomena that does by this gland means our exocrine sweat gland. 1.6 to 4 million sweat glands are in our whole body. The main function, it regulates the body temperature. Another on our left side, there is a different kind of the receptors are there. Number 23, number 24, number 25, number 26, number 27. They are the receptor. I'm not going to go much detail of it. Now you can see 28, the blood vessels. The cluster also can be found under the pits of the hair bulb. So 28 on your right side, there is a blood vessels, and the cluster that also goes inside the root of the hair bulb. 29, that is nerve supply. 38, the adipose tissue. 31, the erectile pili muscles. The erectile pili muscles, when we see the goosebump, that is because of that 31 number erectile pili muscles. This is the things related with the internal structure. Now, epidermis, as I told you, epidermis means a very thin layer, 0.5 mm, and in that you can see the 5 layers. 0 on your left side, 0 number C on your left side below part, basal lamina. 1 number stratum basale, the Malpighian layer. Number 2, stratum spinosum, the prickle cell layer. Number 3, the stratum granulosum. Number 4, the stratum lucidum, that is only present on our soles and palms. And 5th number, stratum corneum, the outermost layer, that can remain in very small thin layer of epidermis. So these are the 5 layers, and on dermis there is a 2 layers. This way it becomes 7 wonders on our skin. This is the primary information. Here is the diagrammatic information. The same things I have just told you regarding the tree-like structure. Tree-like structure, that is our melanocyte. It gives the coloration, and ultimately that color spreads on our layers or on the epidermis, and ultimately we have our tone, our hue, our the coloration of the skin. So melanocytes, it shows like a dendritic cells, like a hollow part, and from that hollow part we have a coloration of the skin. Now, after this primary information of the skin, I would like to show you the dermatological, the disease, that following disease are come in the range of these our skin related disease, like common acne, acne vulgaris, acne rosacea, eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, ichthyosis, keratosis, acanthosis nigricans, bullous lesion, pemphigus, pityriasis rosacea, pityriasis versicolor, lichen planus, morphia, pigmented purpuric dermatitis, that means Scamber's disease, vitiligo, halo nevus, Spitz nevus, Mongolian spot, capillary hemangioma, spider angioma, epidermosis, seborrheic keratosis, syringoma, lipoma, keloid scar, skin tags, warts, ecchymosis, cornea, sorry, corns, calocitis, alopecia areata, non-healing ulcer, molluscum, scabies, impetigo, fever, fever blister, herpes zoster, tinea, ringworm, hyperpigmentation, boils, carbuncles, candidiasis, etc. So here are the scope of the homeopathy. That homeopathy are much more, and each disease requires different kind of the study and different management. This is the things related to this. Now, regarding understanding of the Hahnemannian concept on the skin, see the classification, the clinical classification of the disease according to Master Hahnemann. I'm just going to vary on a main topic, that is see on your right side, and below I made this round circle, and here in that round circle I made this enlargement. It having a external complaints, that is a local disease, and local disease has another two divisions, surgical and non-surgical. That means dynamic disease appearing on the external part of the body. So local disease is that is our dermatology. That means the skin related disease that appear on the body, so have a study of it. Here the Master Hahnemann says directly or indirectly in aphorism 3, having a knowledge of the disease. So knowledge of the disease that comes from the allied. That obviously it's his directions towards to make a study of the allied subjects. So is it to be considered here for the study of the dermatology? If you want to treat local maladies, see aphorism 173, 174. In aphorism 173, the only diseases he says that seems to have but a few symptoms, that means the local one-sided disease, and on that account to be less amenable to cure, very difficult to cure, that means are those which may be termed as a one-sided because they display only one or two principal symptoms which obscure almost all the others, and they belongs chiefly to the class of chronic diseases. As for eczema, ringworm, pimples, here you can see hardly 2-3 symptoms. That is our one-sided disease, and that falls into our local maladies. He says in a 174, the principal symptoms may be either an internal complaint, that means the headache of many years duration, a diarrhea of the long standing and ancient cardiology, etc., or it may be an affections more of an external kind. So 174, it shows somewhat related with the disease, related with the external surface. And here is the diagrammatic presentation that I have already shown you. The left side, there is a normal structure, red line that shows the skin structure. Here on the right side, it shows some changes take place in structure, that is somewhat pathological. Another way I want to show you that on left side there is a normal functioning body along with this normal red line of the skin. It's a normal phenomena, and on your right side, number 4, it shows some change of function. It shows some disturb of function. It shows some abnormal function. That is our pathology. Yeah, that is our skin related diseases. This is the diagrammatic presentation. Another way, one-sided disease, that on number 5, it displays only one or two principal symptoms like a eczema, like a ringworm, like a pimples, etc. So it falls into one-sided category. And on your on your right side, there is a local malady that I have tried to show you with one or two small disorder condition of that diagram. It is our local malady. I hope you understand very easily. Now he says on 185, he says among the one-sided disease, an important place is occupied by so-called local maladies, by which term it signifies those changes and ailments that appear on the external parts of the body. Here is the diagrammatic presentation. Only the few symptoms you can see on the lower part, and so is further. Till now, the idea prevalent in the school was that these parts were alone morbidly affected and that the rest of the body did not participate in a disease, a theoretical absurd doctrine which has led to the most disastrous medical treatment. So Master Hahnemann want to say it is not a different part, it is our one of the important part of our body. So local malady, not don't try to treat locally, just try to treat internally. Here is again another clips on your screen. That is, it is some words over there. It shows the local melody, one-sided form, and other science believe it's the different part of our body. But our Master Hahnemann says this absurd doctrine has led to most disastrous medical treatment. Aphorism 185. Let's see what 185 says. Just we have just discussed on our previous slide. Now 186, those so-called local melodies which have been produced a short time previously and solely by the external lesion still appear at the first sight to deserve the name of local diseases. Being a long one, I have avoided the whole aphorism. 187, being a long, again I have avoided. Here in a short way, he says not to treat with a topically because some source of the local melodies that has lies in the body. So local melody, it doesn't come automatically. It comes because of some disorders inside and ultimately it arrive on our surface. So try to treat internally. Another aphorism 188, it is also long one. So in a, I have taken the keynotes word. That keynote word is they know nothing. The other science know nothing. Regarding aphorism 189, in short, spelling mistake is over here. In short, no external maladies can be arise or the persist or grow worse without some internal cause. That means Master Hahnemann wants to say that there is some internal disorders and that's why they have got some skin related diseases like warts, yeah, pimples, yeah, whatever, eczema, whatever the things on one side. So he says in 189, no external maladies can be arise or persist or grow worse without some internal cause. In 190, all the true medical treatment of the disease on the external part of the body that has occurred from the lethal or the no injury from without must therefore be directed against the whole, must effect the annihilation and cure of the general malady by means of internal remedies. So we have to treat with internal medicine. If it is wished that the treatment should be judicious and sure and efficacious and radical. So if you want to cure radically, just give them oral medicine as per his history. So no external application to be applied, yeah, to be advised. Aphorism 190, the treatment should be judicious and internal, judicious, sure and efficacious and radically. So give them oral medicine, not to one external part. I hope you are enjoying the lecture. 19 say 191, it says this is the confirmed in a most ambiguous manner by the experience with a source in all cases that every powerful internal medicine immediately after its ingestion causes important changes take place in our body, in our general health. So, general health of such a patient and particularly affected external parts which the ordinary medical school regarded as quite isolated. So don't treat them externally, treat them orally with our homeopathic medicine. Even in so-called local diseases of the most external part of the body, the change it produces is most salutary, being the restoration to the health of the entire body, along with the disappearance of the external affection without the aid of any external remedy, provided the internal remedy directed towards the whole state was suitably chosen in a homeopathic sense. It gives proper health. So 191, it is in a three-part slide. It gives perfect health, and 192, it shows the keywords is make a complete picture of the disease. Just try to get the whole, trace the whole picture. 193 says employ only the internal medicine so morbid state can be altered. 194, no external application to be used. 195, antisoric internal treatment is necessary, plus study of the chronic disease is also advisable over here. Aphorism 196, see the set of the local affection, it might effect a major rapid change in it. So this is the information from Master Hahnemann. And again, no, never, psoriasis, syphilis, psychosis. Here, don't treat them externally. If we do, we would be deceived by it. We can't determine its perfect cure. So try to give them only the oral medicine with our homeopathic dynamic power. So on aphorism 205, aphorism 195, he suggested, along with organon, try to study the chronic disease as well. So only the organon cannot provide the proper and most information, but along with this, we should utilize the information from chronic disease as well. That he showed in a 195 and 205. He suggested, along with organon, just try to study the chronic disease of Master Hahnemann. I hope this is the very essential to use to study the chronic disease along with the our homeopathic treatment. And from this, make a study of allied subject, means the study of the dermatology and study of the homeopathy. One will make the, it will make you legendary doctor. This is the things that Master Hahnemann has suggested to study in a dermatology. If with these, again from the Materia Medica Pura, if with this they combine pure moral conduct and acquisitions of the other useful branches. See the acquisitions of the other useful branches, that means allied subject. Acquisition of the other useful branches of the knowledge, they will become proficient in healing art. This is the very essential Materia Medica Pura, page number 24, and he suggested directly, yeah, indirectly to make a study of the allied subject. I think very essential. This slide is very essential. And in aphorism 51, he says, so that in this incomparable method of the cure, there is no necessity for any violent attack upon the organism for the eradication of even an inveterate disease of the old standing. In chronic disease, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to do violent attack. The cure by this method, means our homeopathic science, cure by this method take place by only a gentle, imperceptible, and yet often rapid transition from the tormenting natural disease to the desired state of permanent health. That is the message in aphorism 51. Isn't it unique? Anyway, the weaker dynamic affection aphorism 26, very known to everyone. 26 and 136 also. A weaker dynamic affection is permanently extinguished in the living organism by a stronger one if the latter, whilst differing in a kind, is very similar to the former in its manifestation. So we have to give somewhat bigger, somewhat efficient power than the disease force. And that is our dynamic form of the medicine. Here, for that pathological aspect and dermatology, I have, here is the list. I have taken the support from these stalwarts. Let me read the few names, like on your left side, first column, one Boning Hussain, Dr. J.T. Kent, Dr. J.C. Burnett, Dr. J.H. Clark, Dr. Garth Borick, Dr. William Borick, Dr. Stuart Close, Dr. Gibson Miller, Dr. Hubbard, Dr. Campbell, Dr. Farrington, B.K. Sarkar, Dr. M.S. Pramanik, Dr. J.N. Kanjilal, Dr. R.K. Kapoor, Dr. Luke Dosepper, Dr. Alice J. Barker, Herbert Barker, second column, Dr. Herbert Barker, Dr. S.K. Banerjee, Dr. George Carey, Dr. Farrington, Dr. B.K. Sarkar, Dr. M.S. Pramanik, Dr. J.N. Kanjilal, sorry, there is a double time. C on the last part. Dr. S.R. Phatak, Dr. W.H. Howell, Dr. W.A. Youngling, M.L. Taylor, Dr. E. Petri Hoyle, Honey Temple, Dr. Lilienthal, Dr. Richard Hughes, H.N. Ganzi, J.H. Jar, S.K. Mamgin, etc. etc. So I have taken support from all those our homeopathic stalwarts, and that's way you can become a different kind of legendary doctor. And regarding this management part of these dermatological disorders, I want to show you what is the how we can manage it in our such disease. 1 minute. Just a minute. 1 minute. Yes. Regarding the management of our dermatological disorders, Master Hahnemann has suggested in aphorism 174, pick up the principal symptoms, maybe either an internal or the external. Here, one can pick up external symptoms like eczema, yeah, pimples, yeah, ringworm, yeah, warts, whatever it may be, yeah, keloid, yeah, alopecia areata. So 174, he says pick up the principal symptoms. 175, he says get the portrait of the disease, try to collect the information regarding that lesion. Another 176, he says focus on one or two violent symptoms. What means violent means what is the prominent symptoms. 1 7 say he says rare occurrence. They are the such disease are the rare occurrence. That's why it is known as the one-sided disease. So pick up that rare occurrence. Pick up in that violent symptoms. It is our rare occurrence. But in our time, the rare occurrence is daily. In our practice, it becomes very common. So 177 says it is a rare occurrence and pick up such a violent symptoms. 178, he says try to pick up PQRS, most characteristic symptoms in 179, he says, here I have taken the keywords, and from that information, one can treat, one can manage the skin maladies, yeah, dermatological disease. In 179, maybe it particular or similar, try to find out some similar medicine. 180, he says accessory symptoms will be arise and make another portrait with the help of the accessory symptoms that he told us in a 180. 181, here accessory symptoms plus collect the another data, try to consider it's a new belonging symptoms to disease itself, and to do treatment, to make a treatment, to make a treatment plan accordingly with the help of the accessory symptoms. 183, he says when the status morbi, when there is no any progress, the status morbi must be noted down, then select another second homeopathic remedy in accordance with it. 18 184, select another one and do it until the recovery complete. 185, that is, the local symptoms or the malady are not local, but they are the part of our whole organism. And 260, see whether some obstacles are there in our course of the treatment. So try to find out if there is some obstacles. Many times they take coffee, they take raw onion, etc. So such obstacle can also hamper our treatment. So in this way, inquire about their diet and their regimen, and after that, many times patient won't tell us. So try to inquire their normal, means for them it's a normal, but it is our obstacles. So try to study their obstacles. In a, he Master Hahnemann has given it in a 260. Another 263, he his race, room arrangement, food related advice that we have to give as per the requirement that he, Master Hahnemann, has shown in 263. 290, it establishes the cure. 291, vitality, to establish the vitality, and for that, lukewarm water, lukewarm bath, etc. is necessary. Hygienic care is necessary. Warm bath and cleanliness, sunlight, etc. He it's necessary, and he, Master Hahnemann, suggested in a 290 and 291. So this way one can manage our dermatological cases. Now I want to show you one case. Doctor, one doctor has suggested this, refer this case. Name VDM, age 13 year, male boy, studying in a 8th standard. Weight of him was 34 kg. Was sent to me by one doctor, homeopathic doctor, from more than 200 kilometers in our Gujarat state. They the patient was sent from Rajpipla, Zagadia, and it's a big place of the Bharuch district, and both are about 200 kilometers away from our Surat city. So one homeopathic doctor sent to my clinic from the Zagadia. It is 200 kilometers away. On 28 September 2017, the diagnosis was palmoplantar psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis for 8 to 9 years. When that doctor, when that doctor sent to me, he gave me primary information on his phone call. Previously, this case has been to other science and had steroid injection, etc. during 8 to 9 years, and had a treatment from the Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Barodara, Ahmedabad, Surat, and lastly to that homeopath doctor. During the period of 8-9 years, they spent 22 lakhs. See the figure. 8 9 years they spent 22 lakhs. The statement given by that uh, parents with the signature, and the referring doctor, homeopathy doctor, also tried to treat with homeopathy. That was about 1 year, but ultimately he gave it up. And lastly, he informed me to treat his case. When I saw the case, it was horrible. His hands, palms, back of palms, soles, sides of the soles, it was so in a bad condition. One can say it was very piteous condition of that boy. All lesions were deeply cracked with the easy detachment of the scale and oozing of the blood and foul smelling serum like discharge. I want to show you the photographs. I'll show you the photographs later on. Just let me tell you the things. Because of this lesion, he wasn't able to move his hands and finger. Some patch were also on his head and at the margin of his hair. Plus, all the joints were also affected with the pain and stiffness that is known as psoriatic arthritis, headache in the frontal and in occipital region. All joints were bent in a flex position and he wasn't able to extend it because of that heavy psoriatic lesion. The recurrent cold and cough with a sneezing, with a change of weather was there. In the past, nothing was significant. Family history, both were healthy, father, mother. Appetite was less. Quantity of the meal he was taking very less. Tongue was moist and clear. Thirst, there is no significant. Bowel regular. Urine regular. Sleep was normal. Perspiration +3. And systemic examination, that was no any significant. Nothing abnormally detected. See the first page photograph, palmoplantar psoriasis. This is the condition of his hand. This is the condition of his palms and back part of the hands. Very horrible things. See the condition of this plantar aspect. See another photographs, first stage. Isn't it horrible? See the sides of the soles, left side, right side, sides of the soles. Now the treatment. I want to repeat this again. This is the condition of that boy. This is the hands. This is the first stage. First stage. And in 8 9 years, they spent 22 lakhs. Here is the horrible condition. Now treatment. On first day, 20 September 29th, 2017, first prescription I made Belladonna 200, 3 dose, second Merxol 200, 3 dose, number 20 size globules. I took 5 to 6 globules, and first and second, that dose that he has to take every fifth day. That pair he has to take on every fifth day. Number one first, after 10 minutes, number two. This is my planning. On 22nd days, about 22nd days, after 22 days, he arrived on 11th October. He reported his headache was no more. That was troubling him for the last 1 month. So it has gone. Now on this day, I started another medicine because my planning was to make sterile the whole part, to remove remove the inflammatory condition and horrible condition, discharge, etc., with the help of Merxol. Now I arrived on 11th October, and that is the main medicine, graphite CM, 4 dose, number 20 size, 5 6 globules. I advise my I always advise this way: 5 6 globules to my compounder. Okay, take these one numbers of that particular globules. So 5 6 globules of number 20, one dose that he has to take every fifth day. We have to proceed very precisely. So one dose every fifth day. That was the advice to that child. On 1811, after the 37 days, there was mild improvement in his crack. I gave SL. On 21st December 2017, means after the 32 days, his head region become clear, hands and palms. There, there was some more improvement that I could see. On 26 January 2018, I could see the 50-60% better and prescription was SL. Another on 7 March 2018, prescription was silica 30, 3 dose, 1 dose to be, he has to take every fourth day. That is the recovery stage, and I want to achieve the healing part in that particular region. On 28, silica 200, again 3 dose that he has to take 1 dose every fourth day. On again 19 4th, 18, silica 200, again I repeated 1 dose every fourth day. On 29 May 18, 2018, he found much more better. I advise him second stage photograph. I want to show you second stage photograph. 1 minute. Here is the second stage photograph. See the sides, still it shows the lesion. See the another photographs. 1 minute. Excuse me. Yes. I advise second stage photograph on 29 May 2018. The case was on a started 29 17, ninth month, ninth means here is almost 8 months. I advise second stage photograph on 29/18, and in between I treated as per some symptoms, means accessory symptoms, and at the long on November 16, 2018, I gave graphitis CM 2 dose, 1 dose that he has to take every fifth day. Same 20 number globules, 5 6 numbers. On 8 December, I repeated same graphitis CM 2 dose, 1 he has to take every fifth day. And because of his constitution, I gave tibucolinum on February 2019, and that he has to take 1 dose every fifth day, tibucolinum. And after that, 14 March 2019, improvement found in all lesions. Pityriasis alba was there on the right cheek and the near to the angle of the right lip. I gave SL. Here I haven't given anything. See the second stage photograph, almost 40-50% better. See the third stage. Sorry. On 25 May 2019, found much better, and I advised third stage photographs. On 27 September 2019, much okay in a palmoplantar psoriasis. His weight also increased 39 kg. On 16 October 2019, still much okay. Weight also increased 40 kg. I also watched their weight during the treatment, because weight can show what is the progress of our healthy organism. On 23rd November 2019, The progress is on and on. Weight 42 kg. On 20, sorry, second 7 means July 2020, still okay. Fourth stage photograph, that means latest photograph. Weight is 45.0 kg. The total weight has been increased from 34 kg to 45, means 11 kg. That weight has increased, and all lesions of the skin, soles, palms found much more okay, much more clear after the 34 or 35 months, almost 3 years, and he found much okay, much more, uh, much more clear in all the respect. I want to show you the photographs. This is the third stage photographs. This is the third stage, sides, soles. This is the third stage photographs of the palms, palm planetary aspect. And here is the fourth stage. See, compare over here. Fourth stage. I want to repeat that part first. Just bear with me. 2 seconds. It has taken 34, 35 months, almost 3 years, and I treated him successfully. That was the case of 8, 9 years, not responding to. क्या पहुंच गया केसेस पर जाए केस ऊपर first stage photograph. Yes. Here is the first stage photograph. This one is another side. This one is another side. First stage. Just bear with me. Second stage photograph. 40-50% better. Third stage photograph. This was the condition. I treated him in a 34 to 35 months. This is the fourth. Clear cut palms and soles. Side. And here is the fourth stage. So this way, and many have questioned why I gave graphitis, why I gave Merxol, why I gave silica. The cause behind it, first Merxol and belladonna to clear the background of that inflammatory and fatigue condition of that serous or discharge of them. And after that 1 month, I started main medicine from the Clark. Hold the lesion, hold the picture of that palmoplantar psoriasis you will have in your Clark and other Materia Medica. So ultimately, I chose the power of that illness is so heavy. So I chose graphitis CM, 3 or 4 doses, and one dose he has to take every fifth day, not to repeat so very closely. So every fourth day, my planning was to establish the vitality over that particular region. And ultimately, slowly, gradually, I achieved some result that I shown you in a second stage, third stage, and ultimately this is the fourth stage. And at last, silica arrived to establish the complete healing of that area. And ultimately, you can see the result of his condition. Many questions can be arise because this is a very unique one. The concept, the strategy, that is also very unique one. And in pathological condition, You have to take support of the old stalwarts, how they treated very grievous disease, how they treated very complicated cases. And you have to take the support, you have to gather the advice from them, and ultimately you will be able to treat them successfully. And here is my glimpses of my dermatological cases. Here is atopic eczema, atopic dermatitis. The first position, that was the we can I could not find out the one normal place, and ultimately she become, being a Muslim family, they gave me the photographs at the 9 years age. I treated this small baby in a 6 7 months. That is the condition of atopic dermatitis eczema. Here is the another form of the eczema on your right side. Here is another photograph, eczema on the nape region, also on the palms region. You can make a zoom on a mobile. Here is another form of the eczema. Eczema, alopecia areata, ringworm, vitiligo, warts. Many photographs are with me, but to seeing towards the time, I have avoided many things. I have avoided the more cases because each case required different kind of the discussion, different kind of the strategy are there, and each requires some discussion. Here is another atopic dermatitis. Here is another. These are the glimpses. This case I shown in a last webinar. See the condition at the 32 months about. This was the case. This was the length of the hair. Here is the length of the hair. Here is the posterior occipital region. Here is the vitiligo. Here is the vitiligo. Innumerable photographs are here. Just we have to take support. Here is the hyperpigmentation on your left side. Here is the chloasma. I treated successfully. Here is the strawberry nevus. Strawberry nevus, you can see how is the condition after the treatment. So this is the concluding remark. Now here I'm going to conclude my presentation. Many more concepts could have been put over here, but seeing towards the time schedule, I'm going to conclude my presentation. I hope you would make more study in this regard, and if you have any queries, feel free to make a contact of me. Heartiest thanks to attending this webinar. Heartiest thanks to SKRP Gujarati Homeopathic Medical College, Hospital and Research Center Indore, and wishing you all good luck. Long live homeopathy. Jai Hanuman.
Kushal, question.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a
Yes.
wonderful presentation. And
Yes.
now I will take some of the queries. If
Yes.
anyone want to write the queries, can write in the chat box. Sir, there is one query.
Yes.
Can you hear
Yeah.
me, sir?
Just tell me.
Okay, sir. Sir, there is one query of one of the most eminent speaker, viewer,
Yes.
that while
Yeah.
changing weather condition and changing the
Ha.
homeopathic treatment many times,
Yes.
skin condition becomes worsen.
Worse. Yes.
How that can be managed?
So during that time, we have to give them an aqueous dose. If there is a most prominent symptoms like itching, like suppuration, yeah, pus formation, just give them few dose and advise them take a in half cup of water. Go very precisely and very confidently. It will give them within a 1 or 2 days relief, and ultimately you can your patient can come out from that horrible condition like a small severe form of the itching like a severe form of that pus formation, yeah, excoriation, etc. Whatever it may be, just give them prominent symptoms and advise them not directly, but along with the, a modified dose, that is 282 aphorism. Give them an
Oh,
aqueous dose.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
And one more question was there that
yes,
is there any kind of a role of
yes,
repertorization in our case taking in the
yes,
mainly in dermatological, or if we have to do only specific remedies
yes.
work on it.
Here we have to utilize the what is the pathological force of our medicine, that we have to know from the clerk. पैथोलॉजिकल फोर्स क्या है वो जानना जरूरी है, एंड इफ यू नो दैट यू विल गेट द होल इमेज. We consider it's a specific, but it is not specific. It is a seat of that medicine on that particular region, and we have to recall, we have to call that medicine for the repair, yeah, for the restoration of that sickness. So don't hesitate to select that specific, because in 147 aphorism, Master Hahnemann has clearly given us the information. It's a specific medicine for that particular area. Dr. J.C. Burnett has given the information. It's a seat of the anchor. Each medicine has different kind of the seat of the anchor, and that we have to consider while studying the whole materia medica. Our main drawback is we don't try to study the pathological aspect. Pathology, if you try to read that pathology, you will be able to recall, you will be able to connect our similar medicine and give them at 3 day or 4 day interval. Don't repeat it. Though there is a acute, yeah, chronic, just try to give them in a 4 day or 5 day interval. That is the safest. So homeopathic aggravation can be avoided. Another question.
Okay, sir. One more query was that
Yeah.
you have used in your cases the CM potency, but
Yes.
it is told or we have studied that CM potency works on the dynamic plane,
Yes.
and the condition was the on the physical plane.
Yes.
Can you differentiate the potency variation?
Yes. I want to tell you the one message from Master H. Robert. The drug dynamics must be more potent. The condition of that boy was so severe, so horrible. And what H. Robert has to say, the development of the similar remedy to meet this condition led Hahnemann to understand the real nature of the disease. He realized that it was the dynamic force of the remedy that made the dynamic force of the disease, and that the remedy must meet the disease on the dynamic plane, but that the drug dynamics must be more potent. Here drug dynamics of the graphite is much more higher to that disease condition. Aphorism 26 के साथ compare करो, we have to give somewhat much more higher than this condition of that boy. So I chose graphite CM, and a
Okay,
very
Sir,
minute dose, number 25 6 globules only in that pudding packets.
sir,
So H.A. Robert, page number 189. Further, he says the drug dynamics must be more potent than the disease dynamics if the disease were to be eradicated. तो तुम्हें eradicate करने मांगते हो, तो you have to go much more higher than the disease condition. Disease the समझो disease condition, and disease somewhat higher. Our disease means medicine. So we have to go just beyond it, beyond the condition of our case.
okay, sir.
Aphorism, yeah, 160. Aphorism 160. You can compare it. You have to see some homeopathic aggravation, but very minute one. We have to cross that border 160. Then you will be able to establish the
Okay.
cure.
Now I will call principal sir who wants
Yes.
to tell something.
Yeah.
sir, Dr.
Yes.
J. Sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Graphitis being deep acting remedy,
Yes,
you have given CM potency repeated after 5th day. Many
yes,
times you have repeated.
yes.
Tuberculinum is a
At the
deep
last,
acting.
that was the last tuberculinum. That was the last schedule.
Yeah, but you have repeated fifth
Hmm.
day,
Yeah.
fifth day.
Yes.
Being the deep acting remedy, if the one remedy has started their action, the
Action.
action will be continue for a long time.
Long
Then
time.
what was
But
the
we have to.
necessity?
Yes, sir.
What
Yeah.
was the necessity to repeat
Huh.
graphitis every fifth
Yes.
day? Just let me clear it.
Yeah. Here, my planning that is to go just higher at the fourth day or fifth day, because the disease condition is so heavy. It was lasted for 8 to 9 months. The family has spent 22 lakhs in a here and there, Bangalore and Bangalore and Surat and Mumbai, etc., etc. So ultimately, the disease condition is so heavy. The piteous condition of that and salts and palms, that was so heavy. And if I repeat only one dose, no, I have to establish the vitality over there, and for that vitality, my planning is to go that level at the fourth day or fifth day. Whatever the happens in the aggravation, that can be seen in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. After that, again you have to repeat it. This is the planning. This is the strategy, and from that strategy, I have been able to get much more success. If you give one dose, it is insufficient. Many times it is insufficient. So, to establish the vitality, we have to go, we have to repeat at every third day, yeah, fourth day, yeah, fifth day. There is a strategical
Sir,
plan. Yes.
yeah. But if it is mentioned in any books, you
Yeah.
can repeat the dose,
Yeah.
whether it has mentioned in any books to repeat the dose and five fifth day.
Ha, ha, ha. That will tell
Let
you
me
the
know
experience,
whether it
because
has been mentioned to
yes,
repeat this graphitis CM every
yeah.
fifth day.
Ha. That is the strategy that comes from the experience, and you have to go just beyond that borderline of that disease condition. And at the fourth day, suppose I want to make a warning वैकिंग कॉल, तो मैं बोलूँ सिंह साहब जरा उठिए ना, आपका टाइम हो गया। सिंह साहब मैं नॉक करता हूँ आपका डोर को। That's why we have to knock the whole system. We have to knock that system with to establish the vital force over there कि आप जागो, आप उठो, and that's way we can establish some blood vessels over there. We can establish the blood flow over there. We can drain the whole material, debris, inflammatory condition, pus, etc., etc. So this is the strategical plan, and that strategy can come from the reading of the stalwarts only.
So this is
पहली start
clear.
करें.
So this
Yes,
is clear along with this
yes,
book knowledge that
yes,
depend on your experience, what
yes,
you have seen your patient according to the
yes,
necessity, you can
yes,
change, you may change
yes.
according to
Yeah.
the necessity of the patients. तो
Patient.
लिसनर
Yes.
को मैं बताना चाहूँगा, ऑडियंस को बताना चाहूँगा कि कहीं
Yes.
जरूरी नहीं है कि हर चीज बुक में लिखी हो, दैट डिपेंड
Ha.
ऑन योर एक्सपीरियंस. If you
Yes.
observe report is there, it's a good
Yes.
response, so you
Yes.
can repeat high power of a medicine, whether it
Yes.
is fifth day or 10th day.
Yeah.
You can repeat it. That
Yeah.
is, that depend on your experience.
Hmm.
One question is also
Yeah.
raised by Dr. A.K. Dwivedi. How
Okay.
can you prevent aggravation skin diseases?
Yes. Very good. Drivedi ji, namaste ji. First of all, if you see the aggravation, very safest procedure, advise them Pudi, the whole medicine that we have to give in that Pudi, and Pudi advise your compounder add 3 4 globules. Suppose 20 number 5 6 globules. Suppose there is a 40 number only 1 or 2 globules. Suppose there is a 30 numbers, you can add 3 or 4. Suppose there is a 20 number, add 5 6 goli, and advise them, take a pudi, dissolve it in half cup of water, and along from that water 1 teaspoonful, that he has to take every 1 hourly, yeah, every 2 hourly. This is the safest area. You can avoid any kind of the gravest, yeah, any kind of the heaviest aggravation. This is the very safest. I haven't seen in my 33 years there is no aggravation. Nothing. I don't have to do any antidote. Just
And Dr.
go very,
Jayesh,
yes,
that has mentioned in organon of medicine also. You can dilute the
yes,
dose, prescribe.
yes. Modified dose. Aphorism
Yeah,
282. Yes,
yeah, yeah. Another question I would like to ask
yes,
you, Princess Nida,
yeah.
how case take in cases of local diseases, including repertorization, are not to
Ah,
cure in a case?
in my practice, I never try to repertorize the whole case, only just to study the pathological aspect, pathological connection, and ultimately decide the medicine. My many students are might be on this online. They have a experience. Dr. Jayesh always try to decide medicine very fraction of the second. That is the that is the power of memory. You have to connect very soon. You have to decide. You have to make a planning. And with this aphorism number, suppose I decided the medicine like this and that, and I tell them, just see aphorism so and so. So organon must be run in your mind, pathological aspect, and that the whole condition of the disease, that you have to connect it, make a similar, and that then decide it, make a plan. And generally my plan is to every third day or fourth day to avoid that, to establish the vitality over there and to avoid the aggravation. Dr. Stuart Close has told us regarding the whole scale of the potency must be in the front of the physician. He has mentioned lots of things how to practice practically. The Stuart Close theory, that is very bold one and very informative, and from that one can decide how to treat the whole cases. Even Dr. Ellis Parker has also given much more information regarding how to treat the chronic cases. The main drawback is we don't study the other books. Try to study the other scholars also.
Yes, yes. So it is very clear if you want to
Yes,
practice homeopathy, you must have knowledge
yes,
of number of medicine at a
yes, yes,
time,
yes, yes,
either
yes,
either through the materia medica or by
yes,
repertorization. So you will
yes,
be success in your life if you want to do
yes,
practice homeopathy.
yes.
So it's a very best lecture.
Wonderful.
I would like to
And here
invite Dr.
is,
Anupam.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Here is, I want to convey the message from Dr. Stuart Close. 1 minute. Yes. Stuart Close book, The Genius of Homeopathy, page number 169. He says, it takes 9 specialists to make a physician. एक के पास सीख नहीं सकते. You have to go at another stalwarts. Then you can get the knowledge. Then you can get the wisdom, and ultimately wisdom can make your part in homeopathy.
Okay. Good. Now question.
Page number 169, Stuart Close. Very essential. Yes, sir. Your screen.
Hello everyone,
Anu.
myself Dr. Anupam Srivastava, Associate Professor, Department of Laboratory. On behalf of college, my cordial thanks to respected Dr. Jayesh and Patel sir for being with us as a best presentation. He has presented dermatology and homeopathy. He has also explained in detail about its pathological basis of causation as well as its management part. I would also like to thank our principal, Dr. S.P. Singh sir, our conveners, Dr. Manoj Bagul, Dr. Kushal Parak, Dr. Navneet Singh, and all our teaching faculty. I would also thank all our viewers and listeners. I would like to announce that we have decided to organize such type of webinar in a series which will cover role of
Yes.
allied clinical as well as non-clinical subjects in their correlation with materia medica, repertory, and organon of medicine for the purpose of an ideal and best homeopathic prescription. Your feedback about the program will be more important for further upgradation. Thanks again for joining us today, and we will see you next time. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.